Hi, I'm Julianna from The Discoveries Of, and today we're going to be exploring Tulum, Mexico's boho escape. Join me as I discover some of Tulum's coolest spots and the places that you have to visit during your trip. So we are here at the Tulum Ruins. Now if you're in Tulum, this is definitely one of the things that you have to come and see while you're in town. They are a set of archaeological ruins by the beach. It was a whole area, a little town that was populated by 1,600 people roughly, and was last inhabited at the end of the 16th century, which is basically when the Spanish conquistadors came over. This is incredible. Now when you come to the Tulum Ruins, there are actually two amazing beaches. So if you want to combine it with the spot of sunbathing, this is a good place to do it because A, the beaches are incredible, and then you've got the backdrop of the ruins. What more could you ask for? Sian is a UNESCO World Heritage Site perched just at the end of Tulum Playa. Well, it starts there anyway. Believe me when I say that Sian is vast. Covering over 1.3 million acres, it contains tropical forests, marshes, mangroves, and some absolutely jaw-dropping beaches that demand to be explored. Here to introduce it properly is my Mexican amigo and resident Tulum expert, Diego Ortiz.
Welcome to the reserve of Sian in Mexico, out of the Quintana Roo Peninsula. It's a pleasure to have you here. We have here some beautiful palm trees and the road.
There are two separate ways to access different parts of the reserve from Tulum. One is to follow the coastal road from Tulum Playa, and the second is via the Muyil ruins, which we're also going to pop along to later in the video. I'd highly recommend doing both. It's a long drive between them though, so you'll need to do the trips on separate days. So Tulum can feel mad hectic. It can feel like there's there's clubs, there's bars, there's everything. It's great. But you come out for half an hour and then you're here. This is incredible. Your adventure doesn't end there though. This whole section of the reserve is hiding a rather fabulous secret. As wives do, today is pretty cool. So, still here in the park, decided to just stop off. We saw that the coastline was here, and check this out. It's so beautiful. Literally no one here on this whole beach apart from us. Incredible. Ridiculous. Honestly, we've been here, not seen another soul the whole time we've been here, and the water's blue, the sand is powdery fine. I mean, this is what I got up for today. I kind of met this dude called Diego. He's alright. He was like, oh yeah, I heard there was like this nature reserve down the road, like we should maybe go, and I was like, oh, maybe. And then this.
Here we are.
Tulum has an incredible culinary scene with some of Mexico's and the world's most famous chefs setting up shop here in recent years. But if you only make time to eat in one place, Cannes should be it. Just made it to Cannes. Now this is actually only open during the daytime, so you should come here. I think it's open 11 AM till 6 PM. And I'm super excited because I had read that this is one of the best places to eat in Tulum, and turns out just reopened after a 3-month stint where it's closed, just reopened 2 days ago. So I think we've just got in there. really excited about this. All the food is cooked over wood-fired grills, and it's here on the beach. Amazing setting. I obviously couldn't resist heading down to the beach while we waited for the food to arrive. Don't make the same mistake that I did and leave your swimsuit at home. Look at that water. I cannot think of anything better than popping down here for lunch, spending some time hanging out on that beach. So we've got ceviche, sea bass ceviche, with some freshly made tostadas. Look at that, the blue corn tostadas. Then some sea bass grilled on the open wood fire with some blue corn and a spicy habanero sauce. I'm so ready for this. So the verdict on the tacos with the tostadas, with the sea bass ceviche is pretty much perfection. I mean, so nice. The verdict on that meal was, it was totally incredible. So we had wood-fired sea bass with what looked like it was like a cactus or a succulent salad, and some roasted habanero salsa, with some barbecued blue corn and black bean puree. It was delightful. Honestly, if I say that this is one of the best meals I've ever had, just that one dish, really could not recommend it enough. I could not recommend it enough. I think it was 400 pesos, so that's about £17 for the main course, and worth every single penny, particularly when you take into account that you're also having it with these views. Ciao. By now, I think we can all agree that Tulum is full of surprises, but here's one that not many people know. Azulik Ermay. Here at Azulik Ermay, now this is an outdoor art installation and it's really cool. It's in the middle of the jungle. You drive out probably about 40 minutes outside of Tulum and it is awesome. Take a look. Totally bonkers and a complete work of genius, Azulik Ermay bills itself as a holistic centre for human vision and aims to reconnect visitors with the environment. It's set in the midst of the Tulum jungle, about 30 minutes from Tulum town. The founder, Eduardo Niela, aka Roth, is a social entrepreneur and is the founder of the insta-famous Azulik Hotel in town. It's also not a bad place to snap your next poser ass shot for the gram. Just saying. So that was really something special. I don't know what I had expected, but actually that was beyond anything. I just heard that there was a cool art installation in the middle of the jungle, turned up and found this place. It's very, 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 very cool. If you're in Tulum, even if you don't have a car, I would get a taxi. It's absolutely worth the effort. Only 45 minutes outside of the town, and then you're here and it's brilliant. Today we are visiting the archaeological site of Muyil. Now this is probably about 20 minutes outside of Tulum driving, so it's not far, but it's actually one of the quieter sites. You can see it's a whole settlement. Basically it started in 300 AD, 300 BC, and slowly became bigger and bigger until it came to be quite an important settlement in 250 AD, which is when most of the ruins that you see today were built. So behind me you can see the biggest building in the complex, which is referred to as the castle. I think we can see why. Now this was constructed in 2 phases and you can see them at the top and at the bottom. Most of this area
basically fell into disrepair and decline after the Spanish conquistadors came in the 16th century. So, but it's pretty cool to think that actually it was inhabited in between 250 AD, which is when all of this was booming and really being built, until the end of the 16th century. So that is many centuries of history right behind me.
It can be easy to forget how much nature surrounds the built-up areas of Tulum when you're sitting on the sun lounger sipping on your coconut on the playa. But here there's no mistaking that you're in the middle of the jungle, mozzies and all.
Oh god, the mosquitoes are trying to eat me in my hair.
Once you've finished looking around the ruins, I'd recommend taking the path through to the northern section of the Sian Nature Reserve, where you can hire a guide to take you on a boat tour of the lagoon, or just hang out by the lagoon shore. It's probably worth mentioning that you do have to pay a separate entry fee to get into the reserve, but it is pretty cool once you get inside, so I totally think it's worth it.
But top things that I've done in Tulum so far, Sian is definitely one of them. This means a place where the heaven meets the earth, and I think we can see why they would say that. It is totally gorgeous. You can go on this side, which is the lagoon side, and you can take a little tour, which we just saw, or you can go over onto the playa side where the beaches are completely untouched. You can drive all the way down to Punta Alen if the road is in good condition. Nice small little fishing village there, or you can just hang out on the absolutely pristine beaches. So if you come to Tulum, Sian 100% one of the things that you should be going to see. In Tulum town, this is actually my first time venturing into Tulum town, despite the fact that I've been here for a couple of weeks. Naughty! John arrived last night. Hey! And we are going to go and get some tacos. Taqueria Honorario. Apparently these are some of the best tacos in town, so I am here for it.
I'd heard so many people tell me about the insanely good tacos at Taqueria Honorario that there was absolutely no way that I wasn't going to visit it myself. And I did, twice. What can I say? The tacos are banging and some of the cheapest eats you'll get your hands on while you're in Tulum.
Here I am, made it. Now, we've actually popped up. We got here just before 1, and this is one of the places that opens at 7 AM. And once they finish the dishes, they finish the dishes. So we've missed the pork. Instead, we have the chicken and the steak tacos, which are pretty good. So I'm going to give this a lot of lime. So let's give it a try. Oh my god, that was delicious. Adios! Ciao! Verdict. That was incredible. So if you're going to go, I would suggest a couple of things. First of all, don't wear a yellow top when you're going to eat really messy tacos. Second time in Mexico, I've made that mistake. And the other thing is to go early, because although we had some incredibly tasty tacos, I would be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed that we didn't get to have the pork, because they'd totally run out by the time we got there. So go early, don't wear bright colours that are easily marked with all the juices that come from the tacos that like spill down all over you. Done!
You'll hear everyone raving about the cenotes in the Yucatan area. These are giant limestone sinkholes that come in all shapes and sizes, some small and underground, others more like lagoons tucked amidst the mangroves. Get to the popular ones like Gran Cenote and Dos Ojos super early in the day to avoid the crowds, or do as I did and hang out at a quieter one like this cool spot at Nativas. But also keep an eye out for some unexpected friends.
You were just in there.
Akumal is about 40 minutes from Tulum and is the spot to go snorkeling with sea turtles. You need to go snorkeling with a licensed guide, either from the shore or out on a boat. Either way, you're pretty much guaranteed to see the turtles hanging out in their natural habitat.
Okay, so I am down in Akumal, and this is really well known along the Mayan coast for being the place that you come and swim with the sea turtles, which I've just done. Pretty awesome. The visibility is supposed to be better the earlier you go, but we saw lots and lots of turtles, really cool. I think this is one of those places where just a little bit of common sense goes a long way. So if you see the turtles, don't swim over them, keep at a safe distance, and just respect the natural environment. It felt like there were quite a few people out there at times, but it was a really great experience.
Tulum's long stretch of golden sand is the main reason that it's turned from a daisy fishing village to the bohemian getaway we see today. In other words, you can't come to Tulum and not spend at least a day hanging out on the playa. There are a couple of free beaches, but access is largely through hotels and beach clubs where you pay for loungers or there's a minimum spend. I spent a lot of time at Dos Cybers and Ahau and loved them both. And when the sun sets, you're in the perfect place for sundowners and to watch the gorgeous sunsets.
There's also a lot of party in case you want to do that. So
Oh, who would want to go and party?
When the sun goes down, the music comes on and the people party until the early hours. From the Maravilla sessions at Tabitas to the DJ nights at Nomade, get ready for some big nights, or even just a chill night hanging by the fire and bathing in copal smoke.
I'll be honest, I really wasn't sure what to expect from Tulum, but my time here, now coming to the end of the 2 weeks, has been spectacular. I've made loads of friends, hung out at the beautiful, beautiful beach bars, but also discovered a side of Tulum that I think doesn't take much effort to find, but when you do, you really appreciate it, and that is here in the nature reserve, going to Azulik and Mar. It's just, there are so many places if you go out and explore beyond the playa that actually make it so worth your while, making that little bit of extra effort. That's not to say that Tulum Playa is not really cool, it very much is, but go out, explore beyond that, and you're really going to be richly rewarded.